Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video I'm going to focus on instead of getting swept up in the masses, creating beautiful works of art, but using a multitude of formulas out there, multitude of ingredients, items needed to produce beautiful fluid art. I just stepped back in this particular pour and went with what I like and applied a common sense approach to how to come up with what I like. I mean, I'm not saying I succeeded 100%, still some tweaking to be done, but it's a pretty successful experiment here. I used a small 8x10 canvas for doing this. And essentially I started with three things that I love in acrylic pouring. One is I love negative space. The second item is I love cells. And the third is I hate wasting too much paint. I don't like to tilt off most of the paint that I'm using. I can probably create cells using different densities of paint, right? Intuitively, that should happen naturally. It shouldn't have to do with silicone or other varnish or other things that you add. So intuitively, if I have different densities of paint and spin them to be thin enough where the drying process won't create any cracks, it should work. And so I used a pillow paint, which is pretty much house paint straight out of a can, as the base. That was the thickest. Then I have the normal paints that you mix with with pouring medium and paint, and on top of that, to give the final layer of the lacing and not cells but more of lacing, I thinned down the cell activators to be extremely thin. So I added water and Floetrol to it. So I had three densities of paints, and I used them in quantities where they will not interfere, hopefully, with each other as they dry. And yeah, the amount of paint I used was very little, which made me happy. And anyway, I think I've kind of explained my way. I'm making this a step-by-step so that in the future, when I look back on it, I can see what I want to tweak to further refine the composition. So anyway, hopefully you enjoy the video and give me guidance on what to improve on or what could be tweaked a little bit, but I will continue on this journey during my experiments. And as always, thank you so much for watching. spinning is a key piece of this composition, because what happens during the spin, as opposed to the tilt, is that the densest layer, which is the pillow paint at the bottom, moves very slowly, and the centrifugal forces make the thinner layers on top, the cell activator and the main paint colors, almost like stretch across the denser paint, which is the pillow paint, and create these beautiful colors and cells that you are seeing come out before you.